Hello folks and welcome to Roggy Reviews. Today we're going to be reviewing Loop Hero, a Devolver Digital game that is a roguelike game involving a hero that's looping around and trying to rebuild the world. It's a fun little game that came out on the PC that's now on the Nintendo Switch. It came out last month I believe, but I'm going to do the review now, so yay. So let's hop to it, shall we? What is Loop Hero? Loop Hero is, as I said, a roguelike game. So if you do not like roguelike games, then you're probably not going to like this game. The story is about the world being completely destroyed by like a darkness, and a lich destroyed it. And your job is to go on this loop and fight monsters to restore the world. How do you restore the world? Well, by these cards that you get as you beat monsters, and then you set them down. The cards you can use to make like mountains and fields and stuff, and each time you set those cards down, they give you resources that you can use to rebuild your village. The camping and village part of the game is where you get all the resources that you got in your loop, be it a failed run or a run that you successfully completed, and you use it to build buildings, be it farms and other things, so you can craft stuff. Crafting is pretty basic on this game. I've seen. I haven't unlocked all the crafting, but it does have abilities to make like food and stuff like that. I think you can make certain weapons that you can take with you on your loops, but don't quote me on that. You're going to be spending quite a bit of time here to upgrade stuff in between loops. Now, the combat of this game is pretty simple. You don't press any buttons when you attack, so that might turn some people off. But as you can see, you walk around this loop and you fight monsters. The monsters get stronger as you put down cards. You can put down like a village to heal yourself and get quests. You can put down like a forest and it spawns forest type monsters. They have like cemeteries, and that raises like the dead you could fight. And as you go on, you'll be building the world, rebuilding it as you go along. The game encourages you to keep putting the little tiles in the pathways, so that way you can build up and get stronger. Fighting the monsters and getting stronger is a must in this game, I found. If you do not do that and you try to make it easy on yourself, when you get to the boss, you're gonna get smoked. And it does have bosses. The cards that you get for fighting monsters, they each do different things, as you can see here. They can, like I said, they could be a village that can help you with stuff, metals that you can put around areas. The mountain areas give you more ore and stuff. And speaking of placing cards, you can actually place cards next to each other and build better things. For example, if you put a bunch of mountains and rocks together in a big square, it becomes a huge mountain and a huge area. But it does have its drawbacks. If you do that, you'll start spawning harpies that will attack you in the roads, which can be a bad thing sometimes. As you're fighting monsters too, not only will you get cards, you will get items like weapons and stuff like that. And that's how you level up your character. is by getting the weapons and replacing it with better things. They have stats on them that can be very useful. For example, I highly recommend, if you play this game, trying to get items that have the vampire stat, so that way every time you attack you heal yourself, because healing in this game, there's really no healing in this game. It's every loop you continue and continue and continue to either you beat the boss or you lose. The best way to heal up in the game while going through the loop is placing villages. But if you place villages, be careful, because they can spawn both goblin camps and bandit camps, which means when you go into the village itself, you'll have to fight some monsters anyways, but you'll still heal up as you go right through it each loop. Also, with the villages, you can get quests. These quests are just simple. It's nothing very in-depth at all. It's just you'll see a monster on the map and he'll have a crown on his head, and when you kill them you get extra points and extra goods that you can use to help with your villages when you get to the villages after either completing the loops and beating the boss or failing. As you go along the loop, you'll end up leveling up and getting traits. What these traits do, it varies greatly, but they can help you in the long run. For example, you might get a trait that when you hit a monster, you have a chance of stunning them. Or you might get a trait that gets a bunch of Oblivion cards. Oblivion cards delete stuff off the world. They're very helpful, and I would suggest collecting Oblivion cards when you can. If you can, that is. But traits, as you level up, will be very beneficial to you in helping you beat the loop, or at least survive until the end. As time goes on, you'll spawn the boss. In the upper left corner, you'll see two bars. One's for the morning, and the bottom one's for the boss. As that bar fills up as time goes on in each loop of the game, the boss will spawn. There's different chapters in the game, and I've only unlocked a few of them. But this boss is the first boss, and as you can see, he has a bunch of towers all around. Each boss has a mechanic, and this particular boss, if you destroy all the towers around it, it makes him weaker. However, even though he's weaker, depending on your skills, depending on your armor and everything you have, he can still wipe the floor with you. Overall, the boss encounters are quite enjoyable and are not that bad at all. They can be frustrating at times, but they are just pretty good. Overall, Loop Hero is a very good game for a roguelike. There's a ton of stuff to it that I haven't even mentioned. For example, there's different goblin camps that can come up. There's treasure. You can put down treasure on the map, and as you put down more metals or stone or whatever around it, it doubles the amount of stuff that you get. There's different enemies that you can fight. There's different cars that you can put in the loop section. There's you can select different cars that you've unlocked, so that way when you do another loop, you can have more variety of stuff to put down. There's lots of quests that you can do, as I said, killing different monsters and whatnot. Overall, I would recommend this game to those who like this type of game. If you do not like these type of games, you will not enjoy it at all. It's a simple game, and it doesn't have a lot of hours to it if you're able to get really good at it. But overall, it's enjoyable, and it's a good port to the to the Switch. It came from the PC, and it's for the Switch, so I would recommend it. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed my little review of this game. It's a shorter review than normal because there's not a whole lot to this game, but there is things that I haven't figured out yet. So, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned to Roggy Froggy for more giveaways, of course, Let's Plays, and reviews. Until next time, hop you later.